Hey, good morning, Wellness people. I'm going to walk you through our next couple days with our project. We are coming down to crunch time as it is due tomorrow at 6 p.m. So most of you got your storyboard turned in and you should have been starting your recording. So we're going to walk through Schoology right now and get it going. All right. So this is our April 8th page. So again, please make sure you guys are always looking at the date and looking through the information. Um, so today, this should say 6 p.m. So it's due Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm going to teach you how to turn it in. We are going to have a Google Hangout meeting today. You guys will have to, um, what's the word? You're going to have to install that on your iPads from the self-service store, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to talk to you about the video rubric. You guys are going to be completing a rubric on your own and turning that in today. And with wherever you're at, you don't need to be done to do the rubric. You can even be like not even started and do the rubric. We just need to know where you're at right now. Then I'm going to show you some iMovie recording and editing tips and tricks. All right. Talking about the due date. Again, it is due tomorrow, which is Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. I'm going to have you guys put into small groups, and you're going to actually on Friday be watching 3 other people's videos and answering a couple of questions on them. So I really need to make sure that you guys understand that it is important that you get those in on time, so I'm not staying up till midnight or waking up at 5 a.m. to create those groups. So again, that's why we have that 6 p.m. Due date time. You are going to post your final video into a discussion post on our final PSA video folder in Schoology. Okay, and that is already up. I have that up for April 9th. You have 3 ways that you can share your video into that discussion post. You can post it on YouTube and then share the link. Just make sure it's not unlisted, otherwise I can't watch it. You may put your final video into Google Drive and then share your Google link. Or finally, you may just post your final video straight into Schoology discussion post from your camera roll. But I will tell you when you do that, sometimes it takes a while to, especially depending on how your Wi-Fi has been behaving. Sometimes that takes a while to upload. So please make sure you're understanding that time is critical, and starting your upload at 5:59 p.m. is not going to be a good idea because it is going to be considered late. And for this part, I'm going to be taking points off for being late just because it's not very convenient and respectful to the rest of us who have it done. And also, please make sure in that discussion post you're identifying your topic post. All right. So now we're going to talk about the Google Hangout meeting that we're going to have today. So you're going to join me between 9:30 and 10:30 this morning if you have questions about the PSA project. We are going to keep this meeting solely about the PSA project, and then you can send me messages in Schoology or shoot me an email if you have questions about anything else. I have never done a large group meeting with Google Meet before, so you guys are going to kind of figure this out with me. So please make sure that you're being patient and not getting frustrated. Most of you will have to install the app from self-service, like I mentioned before. You're going to search Hangouts Meet by Google in self-service on your iPad. Okay, and has that little icon. I will actually install that icon right here again, and it disappeared on me overnight. So I put it on my 10th grader's iPad, and he and I were able to have a meeting no problem. So this is designed for 9th through 12th graders only in our district. So the middle schoolers and elementary school kids are not having access to this app. If you're logged into a computer or a laptop, you'll find the Google Meet app when you click the 9 dots up by your name. And so those of you who, if you are working on a computer, you can go that route instead of using your iPad. And then when you download the app, you say click join meeting, and then you'll type in this code. You do not need to put the dashes, but you do need this code. So again, like I said, this is going to stick to questions about the PSA video project. All of the questions are going to be pushed to you, sending me a message on Schoology or just an email. All right, the rubric. So we have a grading rubric. So that's what you're going to see right here. Below, you're going to see the link, and which is here, in case you cannot access that. Here's the link to it. The Google Doc with the grading rubric that will be used by me when I'm assessing your final video. Today, you're going to put the Google Doc into Notability and place an obvious mark. Again, some kids just kind of put a line that's hard for me to watch, make it a different color, whatever, in the box where you feel you've earned your score. So if you feel you've earned a 3 in a certain area, put a mark in the box of 3 for that category. This does not affect your final grade. All I need you to do is turn it into me so I know that you're on task or see how much more you have to do before tomorrow at 6 p.m. So if you truly think you're a 1 in a certain category, give yourself a 1. There is no judgment on my end. Any category where you gave yourself a 1 or a 2, you are going to be required to fill out the notes or the to-do box in the far right. And I'll show you that in a second here. Everyone is also required to create a list of things to do at the bottom of the rubric. Okay, this whole thing's going to be 3.5 points. So all the stuff that you've done from your video viewing the first day up until this is going to be worth 28 points. Okay, so that's a pretty big chunk of your grade. So those of you who have fallen behind or think that you're going to avoid certain areas, that probably isn't the best idea. So we are going to look at the Google Doc itself so you can have an idea of what the rubric looks like. All right, so it says on here, as a part of your final presentation to turn in the, oh my gosh, turn in the PSA video. You're going to fill out a copy of the rubric, put it into Notability. As you evaluate your project, you're going to realize that you need to make adjustments to get a better grade. Write down the notes in the section to the right of that category. I'm only going to have you write down notes if you have scored yourself a 1 or a 2. If you meet or exceed the expectation, you're good to go. And this is the part where all of you have to create a to-do list. So if you still have to add audio tracks, if you still have to work on your transition, things like that, fill that in right here. All right. So if you have any questions about the project at all, again, you have to upload or install the app here. Go to self-service and Google or search Hangout Meets by Google, and then it'll look like that. And then install that or put in that code between 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. today. All right, we'll see you guys soon.